will start by making our paste, and for that we will do some flour, like a cup of flour, and then we will add some water. And believe it or not, this is going to become our glue. And so first I mix it. The heat is not on, otherwise it starts like baking. So first I make sure that it like dissolves, and then I will turn the heat on in low, and I will keep on mixing until this has like a very gooey, sticky texture. Once our glue is ready, we will transfer it to a table, and then we will get the rest of the materials, which are pieces of magazines or newspaper, and we will cut them in smaller pieces. See how many I have? They're all ready, and we will try to find a very large balloon. The larger it is, the bigger our piñata will be. Now I blew up the balloon, and it ended up being a very excellent balloon because it was huge, and I could have done it even bigger. But this is kind of like the right size for a nice piñata. And now we are ready to start the gluing. First layer is all complete, and now we have to keep on going because the more layers we add, the stronger our piñata is going to be. This is layer number 2, all finished. Third layer, all done, and even Santa made it to these layers. This is number 6. Next thing we're going to make is to create our cones. So on a rectangular paper, we're going to put it in the standing position, and we're going to roll it something like this. Make sure we hold the end, and let's make sure that it has a little hole at the end so that it can have some decorations that we're going to place, and I'll show you after. So one more time, we hold and we roll, then we tape. 1, 2, we can tape as many times as we want. And then with our scissors, we will cut around to make it look straight. So we're gonna create 7 of these cones, okay? Because our traditional Christmas piñata in Mexico has 7 cones that represent that 7. Once we have our 7 cones ready, we will cover them. You can leave them the color of your paper, but for this occasion, I want my cones to be silver. So I got these paper, and you can make them. They are usually silver, golden, or a metallic paper, but you can also choose any paper that you want. So you will make a rectangle, then you will put your roll with a pencil, you will trace, then you will cut it, and then you will be ready to roll it and glue it. You can either tape it or use some glue stick. For mine, I used a little bit of glue stick, and so this one is completely ready. Next part is to cut at the end some little flaps like now. Our piñata is completely dry. It is so hard, and it actually took 2 days here, so for it to be completely dry. Now, once it's dry, we are going to pop our balloon. So this is very exciting. Just give it a cut here, and now listen. Whoa! Don't let go of the balloon, otherwise you can't get it out. Yeah, nice. I feel it. It's separating from the glue. And there it is. It was a big balloon. Ta-da! And now look. It's like a rock. It's awesome. And now this hole is quite small for our candy. So with our scissors, we're just gonna make a cut here. And just make it a little bit bigger so that we can actually fit the candies or the fruit like we do in Mexico. And you can make it bigger if you want, but for now I'll just cut once, because the next thing I want to show you is how we are going to hang our piñata. Okay, so look, big hole. It's amazing. So now you're going to cut a little bit of thread. It's kind of like 3 feet maybe. You're gonna fold it in half, and then with a knife, we're gonna make 2 holes. It doesn't matter where, they just have to be opposite to each other. And make sure you are not too close to the top, because this is where the ribbon is going to hold the weight of the piñata. And if it's heavy, then these will rip and the piñata will fall. So let's say like, you know, about 4 centimeters or 5, like, which is like kind of 2 inches, something like that. So I will poke here. My first hole is ready. Okay, and then right opposite from these, I will make my second hole here. Okay, so there we go. And now that our thread is folded, okay, we're going to start by pushing it through. There's the first half, and then I open here, I push this thread, and that's the first end is ready. And then my second end, I will go across, I go to the second hole, and I push these through, okay, and then I make sure I have like a little bit of space to hang, and I'll make a very good knot here, tight and strong. Okay, then we can cut the ends afterwards, but there it is. Now we can hang. So now we are ready to glue the cones, and as you can see, I have the 7 traditional cones, and like I showed you, now I have covered them with mine. I covered with silver paper, metallic paper. Yes, that's very traditional in Mexico. And so this is how we're gonna glue them. It is like a little bit tricky, but I'll show you. So the first thing that we have to do is we're gonna glue the first 5, and we're gonna put 1 here, 1 here, and then 1 at the bottom. So it's gonna look like a star. But to glue our first cone, we have to make sure that we glue it not on the side where we put our rope. Otherwise, it will fall off easier. So we go basically to the other side. This is how it will look. And so this will be our very first one. To glue them, you can use a glue gun, or you can just use regular glue, and you will put the glue on all the special flaps that you made here, like these. Doesn't matter if it drips. And then again, opposite to our rope and just about here, okay? And so we press. If you do it with your glue gun, it will be way faster. But then you can press, because with the glue gun it dries immediately. Another thing you can do is, once you have the glue, then you start taping, so that you don't have to hold each cone for like a very long time. So you can just keep gluing, taping, okay? And that will be our first cone. Okay, so you keep doing these until you have your first 5. Now I'm going to show you how it looks. Ta-da! So this is how it looks with 5 cones. So it looks like a big star, and we have 2 left. So that our last 2 cones will be glued, one on this big belly and then one on this other side. And that will make our piñata have the 7 trees. And here it is with 7 cones. The next thing is to decorate our piñata. To decorate it, we can use crepe paper like this one over here, or tissue paper. You can choose any color you want, and you will cut rectangles or squares about this size, and then you will fold them in half. This is one of the techniques to decorate it. And then another half, and then in this little corner you will press, twist a little bit. You will put a little bit of the glue from the glue gun or liquid glue, and then you will go to your piñata and you will press around it. So my design is going to have white around each cone, and then I will fill the rest with a different. So our white paper is finished. Then we are going to create the frills for the cones, and to do that we're going to get a sheet of tissue paper. We're going to fold it in half. Like this. Again, you can also choose any color for your frills. I'm choosing yellow because our piñata has a lot of yellow. We fold again in half. One more time. One more time. Until it gets really, really skinny. And once we have a long snake like this, we're gonna get our scissors and we're gonna cut all the way, but we're gonna leave a part of about, let's say, 3 inches up to there, and then we're gonna open. And once we open, we have our frills, and we will cut these in half. And once your frills are ready, they will look like these. I decided to put 2 colors together, blue and yellow, because as you can see, our piñata has white, blue, green, and yellow. Then we will go to one of our cones. If your cone has a hole at the end that it's too small, you can cut it off to have a hole about this size where you can push your frills in. So then we will do a little twist at the very end. We'll put a little bit of glue here. Let's make sure this is open. So once it has some glue, just so that it sticks to the cone, then we will push it in like this all the way, and that will make the frills for our first cone. Very exciting! So here it is, boys and girls. This is a traditional Mexican piñata with the 7 cones. As you can see and you remember, it has the hole, so I will be filling it in with candies and also with fruits and peanuts, because in Mexico we fill it with fruits and peanuts during Christmas time. But the most exciting thing is that tomorrow, show them, baby, tomorrow with cones and with little mini piñatas.
And then you have to take them off. Tell Misty, take them off and pop them.
Yes, you will cut the balloon off and you will fill your piñatas and decorate them with cones and papers. I can't wait to see all the exciting piñatas you're gonna make. Bye bye. Feliz Navidad.